bring you along with me for the day today. I might even film my whole day at work. So if I'm going to do that, I need to go home, grab my charger real quick, because I'm not going to last otherwise. I wanted to talk this morning, just call camera and talk about the most important goal for me, and it should be the most important goal for you as well, and that is financial freedom, whatever that entails for you. For me, financial freedom is not having to worry about paying bills, being able to travel anywhere I want at any point, being able to provide more for my family, and just feeling like that weight is lifted. Like, I was live yesterday talking about my job and like how it's not a terrible job. It's really not. Like, in terms of things that I've done, fitting windows is not terrible. It's just not what I want to do, but it's kind of a dangerous place to be when, things are just okay enough, So, like, be careful when you fall into that. You can keep trying and keep striving to improve your life or improve your income, but it's kind of a trap, because every time you improve things a little more, you might adjust your spending habits a little more. Maybe you'll get a new car, more expensive car that's got a bigger engine, it costs more on fuel. Maybe you'll start spending more on clothes. Maybe you'll start going out to eat more. So beware of that. I used to think when I was younger, like when I was making like 12 grand a year, like when I was 16, if I just get to 15 grand or 18 grand a year, everything will be good. And then you sort of get there, and then it's like, oh, do you know what? If only I had 21 grand, everything would be good. And then you sort of hit that, and it's like, do you know what? 24 grand. Let's make 24 grand a year. And, you keep upping. The thing is, when you're that age, when you're young, you don't have all of the outgoings and pressure that you have as an adult. So it's completely different. Like 21 grand when you're fucking 18 is amazing, because you haven't got any fucking bills. But like, for me, over 100 grand a year, you can start to experience a little bit of comfort. So like, and really, this all hit home like when the pandemic happened, because I was a chef at that time, and just like that, everything got taken away, and you sort of realise how little power you have in the grand scheme, and like control of your life. It was shortly after that that I started making content and started my YouTube channel, because when the pandemic happened and everyone was fucked, content creators had like some of their best years. That's not why I started doing it, but it's really future-proof making content. But I make content because I want to use my experience to help other people, and it doesn't matter how unqualified you might feel about your life or what you've done with your life and yourself. There will be someone who wants to know what you're talking about, or someone who wants to know what you're trying to teach, or somebody who needs that life experience or something that you've overcome, or use your experience, to help them. There is a massive, massive market for it, and it's growing every single day, year on year on year. I honestly feel like making content is the most future-proof thing. Like, I know people are talking about AI now, but it's never gonna, you know, you can use AI, but I feel like it can't replace the fucking human. It can't replace the human thought, like the human touch. You know, it just can't. You can use it as a tool, you know, to create things, but it's got to be powered by a human, right? So, like, we're never going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Obsolete. And creating content, I think, is the best move going forward. And I feel like the earlier you start, how old is everyone who's watching? There's only 3 of you right now. How old are you? Because, you know, I tell my son went through a phase of like wanting to start a gaming channel, which I fucking despise. I think gaming channels are the worst. But, you know, if you can start making content early, I mean, look at the fucking early YouTubers, right? Like, before the channel was getting massive, some people started, you know, people like PewDiePie and people like that, and they just got fucking ridiculous. Just got so ridiculous just from making content in your spare time. You know, if you want to be that sort of big entertainment channel, you can chase that. I'm sort of going for something a little bit more modest, like 100k subs. You know, I'm not looking to fucking take over the world. I just want a tiny little piece, a little portion of comfort, you know. I don't think it's too much to ask, and I deserve it. Do you know what? You fucking deserve it as well. You deserve to have comfort. You know, it's hard times for everyone. Like, I've never spent so little. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't. You know, I'm not massively social. I work on myself all the time. I'm in the gym. I'm with my beautiful fiance, or I'm with my son generally, or my stepdaughters, who I don't really see as much as I'd like, but they're older now, so it is what it is. I've never spent so little, and yet I've never. Do you know what? January was the fucking hardest month I've ever encountered in my life. This January, for some reason, even in you know, throughout lockdown and shit like that. Like, when my income got taken away as a chef, I was like, right, it was survival mode, instantly activated. It's like, what can I do? I got a fucking job delivering for Amazon, which I fucking hated. I don't recommend anyone does that. But, you know, now, you know, on paper, my income has never been as good as what it is. And even though my spending is lower than it's ever been in my life, I have no, like, draining habits hanging on me. But I'm still only just about making ends meet. And that is insane. Like, that is fucking insane. And, like, what I was just talking about, I feel like people do get in that comfort trap where things are just okay. And then you're constantly, like, chasing and on this cycle. Stoke City, let's go. Isn't it? You good person. Cheers, man. Thank you very much. You're a good person too, I hope. I feel like a lot of people get stuck in that just okay trap where things are just okay. Why? Money, like, becoming financially free is the one thing that everybody needs to do. But it's the one thing that they don't really teach you about in school. And it's the one thing that nearly everyone never gets to do, is be financially free. Why is that? Like, don't you think that's fucking mad? That is, like, insane. So you have to find a way to make yourself financially free. For me, I believe that making content is the vessel, but not just blindly making content for fucking, you know, somebody commented the other day when I was going live. It was live. I was talking about addiction, self-improvement, and making YouTube videos. And he was trying to be funny. He was like, "Oh, can I ask a question?" I was like, "Yeah, of course." He was like, "What will you do to be popular?" And I just thought, "Fuck, do you know what? Like, you really don't get it. Like, you really don't get it. Like, why, for one, you know, why do you feel the need to say negative shit? Like, what is going on with you where someone's trying to give information to genuinely help people? I'm not getting paid for this shit. I've been doing it for 2 years, okay? I've not made a single penny. Why do you feel the need to try and be negative? That's the fucking, that is the standard setting for the average person. Like, why do you feel the need to do that? It's crazy. Not everyone is like that, though. You know, a lot of people leave good, positive comments and they say good things. But normally I make videos where, you know, I write down a subject, normally around self-improvement or addiction, and then, you know, I'll script a video or I'll bullet point a video, and then I shoot like a 10-minute video and then edit it. But I feel like that lacks a kind of authenticity in a way. There's nothing wrong with what I'm saying, and I believe in what I'm saying. I'm not lying, I'm not bullshitting or trying to make myself out to be anything that I'm not. But I think a lot of people, when they see a YouTuber, they automatically think that they do it full time, and they don't see what else happens, which is why I've started doing these lives, because this is what I look like on the day to day. Like, I'm not a rich YouTuber or anything like that. I've only got 1,370 subscribers, which is modest, but you know what? I'm fucking very grateful, and it's growing all the time. Like, you know, at the moment, like 30 subscribers a month. It's going up, which I'm grateful for, you know. But this is what I do on a day to day. I show my life. Let me show you around where I am. This is just opposite where I live. I live, granted, in a shoebox right on Brighton seafront. My rent is $1,050 per month, which for the location is not fucking bad. It's not bad at all. But I live in like a large kind of U-shaped bedsit. So you go in, you've got like a long kitchen, then it goes into a long front room, and then you've got kind of a bedroom around the corner, and my shower's at the end of the front room, like in the corner. But yeah, where was I going with this? I've started showing more of what my actual life is like, just to be more authentic. My life is very, very full. Like, I work full time, self-employed. Pretty much at the moment, every other night, I'll come in and record YouTube videos. I also go to the gym 4 nights a week, and I go to a drug fellowship. Basically, I'm in a recovery program. I'm recovering from drug addiction. I've been sober for 3 years now, so that takes up 2 or 3 evenings or a few hours a week. I have my son every other weekend. I have my son every week for dinner, and I'm with my fiance every day. Recently went through a divorce in the last couple of years, met somebody else who I knew, and yeah, she's really fucking amazing, actually, because my ex, who I was with before, she, you know, listen, she is a good mum, and I will never put anybody down. You know, she's a good mum, but she had no fucking imagination. Like, she couldn't dream. And it's I'm the opposite. Like, I've been a dreamer my whole life, and like, that's why I'm so on this content and YouTube thing. It's because I know that it's gonna happen. I know, because I know what I'm doing, and it's like, you can predict your future, right? If you show up and do the same things day in and day out and day in and day out, it is inevitable that you will hit your target. It doesn't matter what it is. If your goal is to fucking play in the NBA or play Premiership football, if you show up and train every single day, you put yourself in the situations where you're playing the best fucking players. You go to all the training camps. You do everything that you're supposed to do. You watch your diet. You don't go out and drink and party. It is a fucking, I don't care what anybody says, it is pretty much a guarantee that you will hit your goal, okay? And you will play for your dream team or whatever it is, or go to the NBA. So, like, I'm deluded to the point where anyone could say anything to me and I'll just be like, okay, that's your opinion. But I fucking know. Like, I believe it in my heart that if I keep doing this, you know, I'm going to reap the rewards. It's the order of life. Do you know what I mean? That's important. An important part of the video, I'd say, is that you have to know that if you have faith and if you believe in yourself, you can, I know it's fucking corny, but you can do anything that you want to do. But you have to believe in it. You have to believe in it fucking blindly. When everyone says you're mental, you're never going to do it, you're a failure, you just have to have it in you to say, do you know what, fuck you, I don't believe you, I'm going to do this, I believe in myself, I believe in what I'm doing. If any of you are into self-improvement or going to the gym or, you know, taking care of yourself, or if you have an addiction that you want to try and kick, whether that be weed, alcohol, cocaine, anything like that, click subscribe and go and watch some of my other videos. It's literally all I do. In the last 2 years since I started my YouTube channel, I've created my own testosterone booster. Sorry, this is a fucking shameless plug. I'm not selling you anything. I'm just telling you about me and what I've been doing. I created my own natural testosterone booster. I've got it formulated and dosed. I fucking believe in it 100% and I use it every single day. I've created that so that when my channel does pick up, I'm not relying on AdSense to like monetize, okay? Because that's what a lot of people do. Like, you have to wait for your 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers, which sounds like a really small amount, but trust me, it's not fucking easy. Some people have a lot of luck and their channels blow like really quickly. But that's not been the case for me in my experience. And another thing that I did is I started a community, a paid community. It's like $49 a month. When you join that community, you get the free testosterone booster every single month. There's a quit addiction courses in there. There's workout programs for building like a more aesthetic physique and shit like that. And I'm proud of that as well. Do you know what I mean? Because again, that is like using my experience to benefit other people in the hope that I can provide a better life for myself. And I think that's a fucking cool way to live. Like, if you can use your experience to help somebody else and you can take care of yourself and your family in the process, that is fucking cool. That is a worthwhile target. Like, anyone should be able to do that. Most people, like, they hate their jobs. They fucking hate their jobs. They're not happy. They're not making enough money to barely make ends meet. But they still get up and they keep doing it. Like, why don't you put your time and your energies into doing something that really makes you tick, something that you can get out of bed for every single morning and feel fucking positive about doing, that helps other people? Like, that's such a fucking better way to live. I don't care what anybody says. Like, that's mad. The mad thing, right, is because even, like, since I've been doing YouTube stuff and thinking more about service and being of service to other people, my life has improved exponentially. My YouTube's not blown up yet, but my life is better than it's ever been, and I feel happier than I've ever felt, because I'm not just thinking about me, my fucking life, poor me. I've been through this trauma, I've been through that trauma, my dad used to hit me, blah, 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 blah. Who fucking cares? Like, what can you do for other people? What can you do to be of service? What can you do to make somebody else feel good? And when you make somebody else feel good, you feel good. But you don't do it because it makes you feel good, okay? That's not the way it works. It's just like a way of living where you just try to be more of service and think less about yourself. Obviously, there are times where, you know, like in January, I was fucking massively financially insecure because I was worried about paying bills. Like, I was scared. Like, that's the thing. And like, you can't do anything. You cannot make any major strides in your life when you are fucking scared about money. You can't do it. It's very hard. Like, I can't fucking put the blame on anybody else because I put myself in this position. My life is, I made things hard for myself because of the way that I used to live life, because of the decisions that I made when I was younger. It really fucked me up because, like a lot of young people, I just thought, everything's going to be okay. And it is going to be okay, right? You are going to get through it as long as you're taking good care of yourself and you're trying to do all the right things. But as far as you know, it's not going to fucking be okay. Like, you do not know what is around the corner. Life takes a lot of mad twists and turns. And if you're not ready for them, like the fucking pandemic, for example, and that happened to like everyone, pretty much. Like, unless you're financially set, like, everyone was fucked when that happened. But with even that, like, not even that, like, your business could go bankrupt. You could lose your job. You could randomly get a divorce. Even something like somebody dying can throw you off of the rails, right? Can throw you off track. But like, being financially scared, and that's where a lot of people live their lives. Like, like, being poor, I've heard this, and it's fucking true. Being poor is a mentality, because, like I just said, like, my life has never been better. My financial situation has not improved. My YouTube has not blown up yet, but I'm happier than I've ever been, and I feel richer than I've ever felt because of the way that I'm living life. You do not have to have my dream car, right? Is like a pretty modest, like an AMG C63S or a G63. They're like 120 grand cars, not a Lambo or like a fucking Bentley or a Bugatti or anything like that. I think like 100 grand, like, for a car, if you're doing well, it's not bad. But do you need those things though? Do you really need it? Do you really need a fucking Rolex? I don't think you do. I really don't. What do you really need? What's really fucking important? Do you know what? I heard this somewhere. Imagine that you were on your deathbed, like right now. Just imagine, and you're looking back over your life. They told you like you're going to be dead within the hour, and you're just thinking about your life. Are you really going to give a fuck about watches and fucking cars, or Gucci this or Fendi that? Are you really going to fucking care about it? Or are you going to be thinking about experiences? You're going to be thinking about your loved ones. Probably more than anything, you're going to be thinking about the people that made your life special, that, made your fucking life worth living. That's the shit that really fucking matters. So, like, live your life around those principles. What can you give to people? What can you give to help somebody else? How can you benefit somebody else's life? And in return, enable yourself to live a more fulfilled life. What can you do? Fucking show up for your loved ones, like, as often as possible. None of this shit matters. None of the material shit fucking matters. I've thought about this a lot, but even if suddenly my channel just went fucking wild, like, what would I do? Would I, like, buy a fucking house? I definitely wouldn't buy a Lambo. I definitely wouldn't buy a fucking watch. I'd probably just rent a slightly better apartment, and I'd live a really free life where I'd travel around and do whatever. That's pretty much all I'd do. I'd put some money into savings for my kids. I'd give my mum and dad money every week, and that would be it. Sorry, I'm just daydreaming right now. I should probably go. Saving up to build a van and leave at 50. I'm 43. Well, fucking good for you, Top G. Live your life. I'm delivery driver going to Inverness. Shit. The council $4.10 a month. That's good. When I was with my ex, my rent was like 420 a month. And I tell you what, when I got the divorce and I moved out and I was looking for places to live, obviously I was going to have my son over to stay every other weekend. So I didn't want somewhere that was too shit, you know. I wanted somewhere that was half decent. But like in Brighton, the rent is going absolutely berserk. Like it's off the charts. My last place was $12.50 a month, and that was like a kind of masonette, like barn conversion. It was a cool location. Like it was just out of Brighton, and it was in the country. It was fucking beautiful. But it's like a half an hour drive to and from every single day going to work. But just that little bit of money, like going from paying 400 of rent to like 3 times that. And I thought, do you know what? I can afford that. But like when it happened, you know, I was doing okay for a bit because I was, you know, I was doing something that I shouldn't have done. I wasn't doing, you know, anything like illegal, but I was bending the rules a little bit, shall we say. And things were okay. But then I was like, do you know what? If I keep fucking doing this, if I keep bending the rules, I'm making it easier for myself, and I'm not going to push my channel as hard. I'm not going to push anywhere else in life as hard because I'm too fucking comfortable. My life's not difficult enough. So I knocked that on the head, and I was like, since I did that in October, shit's been really fucking hard, you know. I know I'm not a special case. Like everyone is going through shit. Do you know what? I've been talking for fucking ages, been waffling on. It's not that long actually, 26 minutes. Thank you, Stoke City and Top G in Vaness. Love that. Love that you're building out a van and fucking you got that going for yourself. That's fucking cool. I see a lot of people making content about like converting vans and live. Like there's something really appealing about that lifestyle. Do you know what I mean? You just pay for your fucking tax and your MOT. You get a little bit of money coming in. I'm not sure how. And then you just fuck off. Do you know what I mean? You just travel around. Like that's fucking cool. That is a cool way to live. Listen, I need to go into my house and get my charger. I'm gonna come back on in a minute, but I'll catch you in a bit.